Hey guys, welcome to Storytime with Miss Donna. Today we're going deep into the Old Testament to talk about one of my favorite Bible story characters, a guy named Daniel. Now Daniel is renowned for not only being smart as all get out in the library, but he was also someone who could interpret dreams and talk about the future. In our story, Daniel gets into a little bit of trouble and he has to trust God to get him out of it. This is what happened. King Darius of the Medes and the Persians was ruling, and he was a really prideful man. But he loved Daniel so much and respected him so much as a friend and advisor that he put Daniel in charge of the entire empire right under him. He was basically his number 2 guy. This made all of the advisors, magicians, sorcerers, anyone working for Darius at the time, very jealous. And they got together and plotted to take Daniel out. They wanted him gone. They looked at his work in the palace. They looked at his home life. They looked at everything that they could think of to make sure to discover whether or not Daniel was doing anything wrong. And of course, they didn't find anything. He was squeaky clean. And this made them even angrier. So they decided to use his faith in God instead of the Babylonian gods against him. They went to Darius, who, as I said, was a very prideful man, and they said, "Oh king, may you live forever. You are awesome. You are awesome. We love you. Make a decree that everyone has to worship you for 30 days or else they'll be killed." And he was like, "That sounds like a wonderful idea. I'll just kill anyone who doesn't love me enough to worship me." So they signed it into law, and they put his royal seal on it. Now, according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, once a law has that seal on it, then it can't be changed, not even by the king. So the law that had gone into effect stated that for an entire month, no one could worship any god or goddess or anything other than the king himself. When Daniel heard about this, he did what he did every day. He went into his room, he threw open the windows towards Jerusalem, and he knelt down and he prayed to God for help. He knew that he would be fine because he trusted God. The officials saw him reading the declaration and followed him. They noticed that he did what he did every day. And they were like, "We got him." They went to the king. They were like, "King Darius, may you live forever, your awesomeness. Your boy messed up. He is praying to the God of Israel instead of to you. Now, didn't you say in your decree, do you remember that law where it says that no one may pray to any other god other than you for the next 30 days or else they'll be thrown in the lion's den?" Darius was heartbroken. He had signed it into the decree not realizing that it would hurt his friend, and there was nothing he could do to save him. He sent the officials away and looked for every possible avenue, loophole, gateway, anything to get Daniel out of this. But when the sun set that day, he had been able to find nothing because the law stated any law sealed with the king's seal could not be changed by anyone, even him. With a heavy heart, he ordered Daniel's arrest and they threw him into the lion's den. Right before they threw him in there, he said, "I hope your God saves you." Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. They sealed it up, and they put the seal on it. Now keep in mind, these weren't your average lions at the zoo. They were vicious, man-eating lions. Not a good situation for Daniel. And because of this, Darius was up all night, pacing his room back and forth. If they had those, he didn't want his Xbox, which they didn't have those back then, FYI. They didn't want a Wii, they didn't want PS4, they didn't want music, he didn't want to read a book. he just paced up and down his room all night, waiting for dawn to come. And when the sun finally rose, he ran, peeled out towards the lion's den, beat his fist into the rock, and was like, "Daniel, Daniel, did your God save you?" And he put his ear to the rock, and he heard, "Oh, Darius, may you live a long time. My God sent an angel to shut the lions' mouths, and I am unharmed." Daniel said, "I'm fine, dude. I'm fine, Your Majesty. Let me out." King Darius did a little happy dance, ordered the cave opening removed. Daniel climbed out. There wasn't even a scratch on him. He was completely and utterly fine. So Darius praised the God of heaven. It was just like, "God, thank you so much for protecting those who are faithful to you. Thank you so much for protecting your servant Daniel. Daniel, every day I'm going to give praise to the God of heaven that you are all right." And then he looked over his shoulder and he saw those squirrely advisors who had maliciously plotted against Daniel. It was just like, "Guards, seize them." And they threw those guys into the lion's den. They didn't even make it to the floor of the den. Daniel and King Darius walked into the palace, talking about all the wonders of God. And Darius signed into law another decree, that every man, woman, and child in every province of his kingdom should give praise and honor to the God of Daniel, to the God of Israel, because he protects those who are faithful to him. Now, I know that it's scary to think about vicious lions trying to attack one of God's prophets. But Daniel was fine. God sent an angel to protect him and close the lion's mouth. He was probably petting them, just chilling out, just like, "Man, is it morning yet? Because I want to get out of here." He was chilling with the angels. Daniel was having a marvelous time because he believed and trusted that God was taking care of him. While Darius, who didn't know God, who didn't know God's awesome power, was up and down his room all night freaking out. But he gave praise and honor to the God of Israel, to Daniel's God, to our God, when he realized that Daniel was okay. And he had the wicked men who had wanted to see Daniel die punished fatally. You see, no matter what's going to happen in 2019, no matter what's going to happen in your life, God is always going to take care of you because he watches out for his own. He is faithful to take care of us. Now, I hope that you enjoyed the story. I know that I certainly enjoyed telling it. If you want to read the actual story in the Bible, please look in the link below. You can go to blueletterbible.com. And I would suggest not only reading this story, but all the passages in Daniel. It is so awesome. God bless and have a great day. Bye.